What's up, everybody? Week, what is this? 11, thank you. Of the NFL season is here.
Oh, that was hilarious.
And we're just about a few minutes off of kickoff. I mean, if you saw our video last week, we did the same thing. And we both had San Diego winning, and the Raiders just killed them. So you can tell we're not going to change it, even though the game is just about ready to start. But for tonight, I've got the New York Jets covering against the Broncos. You cannot. I mean, what's Revis going to do? You know, the guy threw 8 passes like we competed 2. I mean, is he going to just cover Tebow? I mean, I'm really thinking they might just have Revis just going in after him all night, and because I mean, the rest of the team should be able to help stop the passing game. They're going to just challenge the Broncos to run, and I think they're going to shut them down. As long as Sanchez doesn't screw it up, Jets should cover.
Yeah, Jets are favored by 6. I like the Jets. You know, I've heard people say, you know, even though it's an unconventional college offense you're playing, you know, teams are going to have difficulty stopping. It's a short week. Yeah, but, you know, the Jets are different. You've got shutdown corners. You don't have to respect the pass. I think you can put 8 to 9 guys in the box and let them do their thing on the outside because they're not going to have any issues. I just don't see Denver staying in this game. Yeah. I like the Jets.
I mean, you know, congratulations for being 3-1 as a starter, but it can't last. Not against a defense like this.
No.
Next up, we have Atlanta at home hosting Tennessee. Atlanta's a 6-point favorite. I just look for Atlanta to control this game. Now, it was I don't want to say it was a bad loss, but they shouldn't have lost that game. I think they actually were in control of that game and had it in their own. And they went for that stupid play. But you know what? I actually agreed with it. They just didn't man up. That's basically you had you know, a foot or whatever, man up, win it, and they didn't. So, and I really think if they would have punted, Breeze would have went down and got the field goal.
I didn't have as much of a problem like you did with the play call in overtime. You know, it's 6 inches. Yeah, it's at your 29, but with that offense with Michael Turner, you've got to think you can get that. You know, you've had a lot of opportunities at New Orleans Blue, and every time you keep giving the ball back, you're just going to shoot yourself in the foot when they win. So I don't have a problem with that. I like Atlanta to cover 2, even though Chris Johnson is starting to come around. Looks like he's starting to incorporate himself into the offense and starting to really get back into, you know, midseason form. I still like Atlanta to cover 6 here.
Yeah, another thing, Tennessee is actually in their last 5. They're 0-5 following against the spread win. And last week they had a pretty impressive win against Carolina. So next up we have Miami at home. They're a 2-point favorite over Buffalo. I look for Buffalo to rebound after that crap fest in Dallas last week. Buffalo's 5-1 in their last 6 on grass. I'm going to go ahead and take Buffalo. See a lot of Jackson. Should be able to win this game.
Yeah, I like Buffalo in this game too. I did hear something about Stevie Johnson possibly not playing this week. I don't know what the issue is there, but I still look for Buffalo to rebound and cover 2 at Miami.
Next up, we have Baltimore at home, a 7-point favorite over Cincinnati. I'm actually going to go ahead and take Cincinnati in this game. Baltimore, I know they're going back home after that another crap fest in Seattle last week. You know, Baltimore's a Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah.
Jekyll and Hyde?
Jekyll and Hyde, yeah.
Whatever. We know what I'm talking about. I really think, though, Cincinnati can cover 7 points. I don't know if they're going to win this game, but maybe look for a 3-point game or something like that, but I'm going to take Cincinnati to cover.
I'm going to take the Baltimore Ravens. I don't know why. I guess it's because whenever they have a bad game, they come out and just impress you and make you forget about the last game. A.J. Green, questionable. He'll probably play, but if he's not there, it's a big, you know, that really hurts Cincinnati and Dalton. But I like Baltimore to cover at home.
Next up, we have Cleveland at home. They're a 1-point favorite over Jacksonville. This is a horrible game just overall. I mean, our St. Louis Rams actually went in there and got a victory that was semi-handed to them. Spagnuolo said that somebody...
We'll take it.
Yeah, Spagnuolo actually said somebody got an arm on it.
Don't care.
I don't care. Laces were in. I think that's why it went left. I didn't see anybody get an arm on it. I am actually going to take Jacksonville to win this game. Cleveland looks pathetic on offense. I mean, McCoy is actually, I think, a decent quarterback, but he has no weapons. And I really look for MJD to go in there and just maybe help take control of the game, help out Gabbert.
Yeah, I think the game comes down to Jacksonville's offense.
Yeah.
Cleveland 30th against the run. Maurice Jones-Drew. If I'm Jacksonville, I say Gabbert. You're going to beat Tebow today and just going to run the ball. I think they do that. I think they win this game. You know, Cleveland, they might get Montario Hardesty back this weekend. That will help them offensively. hopefully be able to run. Even though Chris Obaganaya did well last week, I like Jacksonville to cover him.
Yeah. Obaganaya is a third-string quarterback for the St. Louis
running
Rams.
back.
It's
Yeah.
like, ugh.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Oakland going to Minnesota. Oakland's actually a 1-point favorite at Minnesota. Minnesota's looking for, I don't know what they're doing. I mean, there should be just one mission: give the ball to Adrian Peterson, control the game, and win it that way. Oakland went to San Diego last week and allowed Bush and a substitute for McFadden to just run all over San Diego. And that was a road game too. I look for more of the same. I'm taking Oakland. I think they're going to give it to Bush. Palmer, unlike what we thought going into last week's game, actually connected and looked good with his touch on the passes, the deep ball especially. Look for Oakland to go in there and win.
I like Minnesota, even though they look terrible at Green Bay. When they're at home, it's a different team. Kind of like Jacksonville, you got to have Peterson have a big game. I look for them to control the ball with Peterson. I like them to win here at home against Oakland.
Next up, we have Detroit at home hosting Carolina. Detroit's actually a 7-point favorite. Detroit's offense has been, they've got a decent offense. They've lost with their running back.
Javid Best.
Javid Best. With him being out, it seems like it's changed a lot. Carolina, though, I think is just snake bit and they're regressing from the beginning of the season. Last week, they did not look good against Tennessee. I'm going to take Detroit at home. It's always tough to go on the road. Give me Detroit and give away those 7.
Yeah, I'm taking Detroit here. Not much to say about it. I think they've lost 3 of their last 4. Yep. I don't think they want to lose another one going into the Thanksgiving game at home against Green Bay. They need to get motivated, get pumped up for that game. I look for them to come out and cover 7.
Yeah, I think they really need to win. If they win this game, I would look for that next week against Green Bay to be a really good game. I think we might see a little surprise. Next up, speaking of Green Bay, we got Green Bay at home hosting Tampa. This has got trap written all over it. Well, you know what? I don't think they'll lose this game, but it's got trap. It's kind of like when the Rams. When they played the Rams earlier this year, and it seemed like they really struggled. I personally thought they let off the gas, but maybe not. As we see, the Rams actually showing signs of improvement. But I'm going to go ahead and take Green Bay in the 14 points till Aaron Rodgers proves me wrong. I mean, he is just on fire.
Yeah, until I see Green Bay really stub their toe, and after what I saw last week with Tampa at home against Houston, I'm taking Green Bay to cover 14.
And next up, we have the Dallas Cowboys going to Washington. Dallas is a 7.5-point favorite. Washington, they've taken out Beck, brought back in Grossman. I don't think it helps anymore. Dallas, even without Miles Austin, seems to be moving the ball very well. I'm actually going to go ahead and take Dallas in this game, even though they're on the road. 7.5 points seems like a lot for a road team, especially in a division. But I'm going to take Dallas to go ahead and cover.
Yeah, I'm taking Dallas here. They're getting healthy. They're still missing Austin, but offensively they're getting healthy. They look good, especially with Murray, and you're getting Felix Jones back. Defensively, with Rob Ryan, they looked really good last week. I'm going to take Dallas to cover 7.5.
Next up, we have San Francisco at home, 9.5-point favorite over Arizona. San Francisco is on a mission, and they just look like a team possessed right now. I'm going to go ahead and take San Francisco. Arizona just does not, they're not going to run the ball, or they can't run the ball, to be honest with you. And I think that helps San Francisco. So I'm going to go ahead and take San Francisco, 9.5 points, maybe a 10-point win.
Yeah, I'm taking San Francisco here. I know last week I gave you the stat about Arizona when they're dogs by more than 9 points. How they're now 8-2 against the spread. I don't see it happen this week. San Francisco's defense looks really good. I mean, I just can't see them losing this game. Although next Thursday they go to Baltimore. Maybe they're looking ahead to that game, kind of like you said with Tampa. But I still think San Francisco covers 9.5.
Yeah, San Francisco's actually getting to the part of the schedule which gets real easy. I mean, you're talking it's all
they play the NFC West.
They go in their own division. And speaking of the NFC West, first time ever last week that every NFC West team won. Which, if you look at what's in there right now, that's pretty impressive.
Right.
I don't care who we were playing. We were playing the Cleveland Browns, but Seattle with a nice win. San Francisco with a great win, I think.
Well, the bottom 3 teams had the same number of wins as San Francisco alone.
What does that tell you?
Yeah.
Next up, we have our St. Louis Rams hosting Seattle. Look for the Rams to win their 3rd out of 4 games.
Wow.
Yes. Give the ball to Steven Jackson. Seattle. even though Seattle, I think, won 5 out of the last 6 against St. Louis, I look for Seattle hasn't shown me much. Lynch looked really good last week. You were mentioning some injuries with Seattle today.
Yeah, it looks like the left guard and left tackle will be out for this game. So.
That's going to be trouble. I mean, look for Long and Laurinaitis and crew just to hopefully take over this game. So
yeah, I'm going to take St. Louis also. Bit of concern with defense on the St. Louis. Another cornerback got hurt today. Don't know if he's going to play, but that would leave us maybe 3 cornerbacks, none of which were with the team at the start of training camp. We have 4 quarterbacks.
It's a
on
mash
IR right
unit
now, so you've got to think that Seattle might try and take advantage of that. But I'm still going to take St. Louis at home.
Next up, we have Chicago hosting San Diego. Now, this is a 3.5 point spread. I was actually flip-flopping. I really thought this game was going to be much closer, but then after last week, with the way Bush ran all over San Diego, look for Forte to do much of the same. 3.5 points. I'm going to go ahead and take Chicago, give away the points. San Diego is reeling. Look for a lot of pressure. Also, the left tackle,
Marcus
McNeil, last week was hurt, and if you watch that game, that made a difference. They just pounded that side and were all over freaking Rivers. Mm-hmm. So look for more of the same. Peppers, the ball guy.
Yeah.
Urlacher. Look for him just to be all over Rivers and not give him any time.
Yeah, I think if you see the same Chicago defense that you saw last week, I don't see San Diego having a chance in this game, and I think you will. I'm taking Chicago to cover 3.5 at home.
Next up, we have the New York Giants at home hosting Philadelphia. Philadelphia is banged up. You've got Mike Vick, who is actually being replaced this week on the Dirty Trombones. I'm sorry I got to do it. I'm sitting you.
Who you going to replace him with?
I actually picked up Romo.
Didn't you say some stuff last week about Romo?
I don't remember exactly what I said. I thought it was pretty good. Let's go take a look.
Let's take a look at the clip.
Here. I still look for Buffalo to come in there and be able to slow down Romo.
But you can't totally shut him down. He's that good of a quarterback. He's a lot better than
Mark Sanchez. See?
I don't remember that. Was I here for that?
Yeah, you were right there. Don't you remember? But anyway.
I think you guys go look at the video because it looks completely different.
I think that's exactly how it got played out. I'm actually taking the New York Giants. If Mike Vick does start this game, you got Deshaun Jackson crying a little baby, doing the contract cry. Macklin hurt a hamstring. McCoy has actually been playing his butt off. Thank you, Dirty Trombones. But if Vic does start this game, look for him not to finish it. I look for the Giants to just be all over him and hit him every chance they get. Give away the 4 points. I'm taking the Giants.
Yeah, you're probably going to end up seeing Vince Young. And
well, they actually split with Vince and the other guy.
Kafka?
Yeah.
He was out last week. I don't know.
I think they were sharing this week.
Okay.
So who knows?
Either way, Giants defense looked really good. I wish they had Ahmad Bradshaw.
Yeah, that would help.
It would make the pick a lot easier, especially against the corners for Philly. But I like the Giants to cover 3.5. After they went to Philadelphia and beat them 29-14, I think they're going to maybe not blow them out that much, but I like Giants to cover here.
Next up, we have the Monday night game. We have New England at home, a 15-point favorite over Kansas City. Kansas City is in trouble. They lost Castle this week. I look for New England to put a pounding on them. I really think New England is we're getting toward that drive to the playoffs. I really think, I just don't see Kansas City stopping them in any way, and I don't see them scoring, even though New England's defense is not that good.
No, it's my lock of the week. I'm taking New England to cover 15. Kansas City, the last couple weeks, after they rebounded and made it look like they were going to make this a decent season, they've just fallen apart.
Yeah.
They look terrible, and I can't see them covering 15 against New England. I really can't.
Anyway, we're getting ready to go watch the Holy Roller Tebow, see if his luck continues. I don't see it happening. We'll see how we did. We'll see you guys next week.
Can't wait.